denied Social Security disability benefits, here's 7 questions that you could ask your doctors to help you get your case in shape so that you can get approved. Brian Terrian here from the Disability Digest, and I just want to first of all communicate to you that getting denied is not the end of the world. And this video is targeted for those of you that have been denied at the initial application stage. And for most of you are going to go on to the reconsideration appeal, except in 10 states. So that's what this is for. If you were denied at a hearing, it's a slightly different strategy, but you can listen and learn from this and apply some of it as well. So first of all, the evidence piece of this for Social Security, as a reminder, is critical. What Social Security is looking for is that you have a diagnoses, if you will, that are being treated that have limitations that prevent you from working. That's the general concept of it. So something in there did not go right if you were denied. Now, not to be discouraged because many get denied, or most, I should say, it's like 36% approval at the initial application stage, especially if you do it on your own without any guidance. So there's still hope for you. So that's what we're going to go through. Now, before you go in and meet with your doctor, the first thing that you should do is review your denial letter so that you can understand what Social Security has for an opinion on the doctors that you're seeing, medications that you're taking, and your limitations. And if there's any inconsistencies in there, like they missed a doctor, they missed a medication, or they view a condition that you have to be a moderate impact on you, but it actually is a severe impact on you, then that's going to give you grounds for like good evidence in your appeal. And you want to go in one direction with that. You learn more about how to do this in our disability approval course that you'll find out about the end. But that's the first place you want to look for any inconsistencies. And the second is that you want to look at your medical records, and are things accurate? Like, let's say you're a floor nurse, for example, and you have degenerative disc disease, like your back really hurts, but your job requires you to be on your feet like 8 hours a day. But your doctor said, you know what, you really shouldn't be standing for more than, say, 30 minutes or so. But if your doctor doesn't have that in the medical records, and that's your requirement at work, and Social Security doesn't see that, that's a good example of inconsistencies, and it will give you good questions to ask your doctor to get your medical records brushed up. So I'm going to go through these 7 questions. You don't have to frantically write them down. I'll put them in the description of this video so you can pull them out. And this isn't every question that you want to ask your doctor, but what I want to help you understand is like the concept of questions that you can ask. It's okay to ask questions. First one is, are my conditions clearly documented? Which is a fair question to ask the doctor. Is everything documented? Then are they clear? Because they might not be. Like the moderate, mild, severe is a common way conditions are rated. And maybe you have something that's severe and the doctor views it to be moderate. There's a disconnect there. Details about work activities that you cannot do. So if you're that floor nurse and you're required to lift 50 pounds, but you can only lift 10, that's something that you need to address in your medical records. Ask your doctor if they will complete or update a residual functional capacity report, which documents your limitations, treatment, and their opinion on how many days you would miss work. It may have changed since you started the application process if they have done one. And you want to make sure that there's a question in each for mental and physical, that they're asked their opinion on how many days that you would miss work in a month. And that's really a critical question, because if you miss more than 3, you're unemployable. So take a look at that. And kind of going into the next one is documenting how your condition has continued despite the treatment. Like if you're getting treatment for it, but it's still just staying there, and you're going to pain management, you're going to your primary care, you're doing all the things you need to do, but you're just not getting better. That's an important thing to communicate to your doctor to make sure that that's clearly pointed out. Flare-ups. This is a big one. Let's say you have depression, severe depression, and when you have an episode, you're just got to go in your room, lie down in bed, close the shades, put one of those sleeping masks on, and you're done. You're out for like 2 days. Well, if you're having 2 of those episodes a month and that flare is not clearly communicated in your medical records, then that's a big thing, because you're at 4 days a month that you're missing work, and that could definitely help you with your approval. Then the last one is 7, Ask if they'll provide an additional professional opinion on your ability to sustain work 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, based on your situation, your diagnosis, your treatment, and your limitations. Not a lot of doctors will do it, but it's good to ask. All right, so when you go to the doctors, here's a few tips for you. Be prepared. Have your denial letter and your questions loaded up that are relative to you and your situation. Bring an advocate. I strongly suggest you bring an advocate so that they can be like another voice in the room. Maybe you missed something. Maybe you didn't hear something correctly. Just bring an advocate. Don't say that I was denied and get in a like argumentative type situation. It just doesn't work with doctors. Approach it from a team perspective. I need your help. I can't work and I'm trying to get my disability benefits. They don't understand that I can't work from the medical records. I need some help, and that will go a long way. Now, again, you're denied. It's not the end of the world. I encourage you to definitely, if you can't work, that's what the system is for, is to pursue your benefits. Last is how we can help. If you're a member here and you're in our disability approval course and you have been denied, then you want to contact your advocate and get advanced into the next section so you understand what to do for your appeal. If you're not a member here yet, we encourage you to come join us. Look around this video for a link and then come on in and join us as a member. And the reason why is here's how we can help you. There's no charge for your membership or the services that I'm going to point out to you. And the first thing you're going to do is speak to an advocate. They're going to get a better understanding of your work history, your limitations, when your denial was, when you need to get it done by, and get you into the right segment of our disability approval course. And in many instances, we have supporting condition-related information for you. So you want to contact your advocate. You'll get directions right after you join us. Then the next thing you want to do is you're going to get into the disability approval course. You want to get to work on your appeal. And you can do all of this on your own at this level, and this is what you're taught to do. Or if you want to get a representative, then you can have that discussion with us. Or even if you have a representative, this will help you understand what the representative should be doing for you at this stage, some of the things that they should be doing. So again, just look for a link around the video. And as a reminder, the questions that I went through, the 7 of them, they'll be in the description of this video. I sure hope you find this helpful. Join us in the comments. If you've got something to add, encourage you to subscribe and stay tuned for more information. Make it a great day.